You're an accountant or a professional advisor. This is how you can help your clients double their profit, and by doing so, you double your own. The way it works, you start off with your number of clients or customers. Here we have 150, and we work out what they pay us each year on average as a price or a fee. Here we charge them $1,200 a year, £100 a month, $100. Therefore, the frequency is one, so they're paying that to us every year. We lose, say, 20%. I mean, the figures vary, but there'll be a defection rate or an attrition rate. So here it's 20%. And if you work the figures out on those numbers, our revenue in each year would be 180,000, but we'd obviously have to replace next year the 20% we lose. These numbers here, what I'm saying now is, what if we could make 10% improvements? So instead of having 150 clients, we can get 10% more, 165. Obviously, we'd have to promote ourselves, look for referrals, etc. But there's many, many ways to do that. We'll put our average fee up. Now we'll do this in two ways. One, we'll offer additional services and look after our customers and clients better. However, if we put our prices up, and this is in excess of inflation, so take inflation out of it, then the odds are we might lose some customers or clients. So let's say we put our prices up by 10%, but we lose 5% as a result of doing so, which is probably over pessimistic. But I've worked that into the numbers. So I'm taking 8 off our number of customers or clients, and I'm increasing our average fee by 10%. Because we offer additional services, so as an accountant, if you can help your clients do this sort of thing, help them set goals, help them make small improvements in key numbers and show them the effect it has on their profit, then they'll buy, or some of them will buy from you, more services more frequently. So I'm just making a really small assumption here and saying that on average, we sell to our clients 10% more times than we were doing because we're offering these additional services. And we're also going to, because we look after our clients better and keep in touch with them better and have regular promotions, etc., and because we're contacting them regularly, giving them wider range of services, we'll cut our defection rate as well from 20% to 10%. Those small differences will take our revenue up by 42% to 256,000. Our gross margin, which is probably quite high because we're a professional service, so obviously it varies, but let's say it's 80%. Well, the gross margin would actually go up slightly because we're charging slightly higher prices or fees. So our gross profit goes from 144 to 209,000, which is, if I remember rightly, 145% or 45% improvement. Now, our overheads, there's no reason why they should change significantly. So I've left them the same at 50,000. So that's things like rent rates, wages, salaries, etc. Our salary that we were taking out, so let's just say we were taking 60,000. Well, we can actually afford now to pay ourselves a lot more. So let's increase our salary by 50% to 90,000. And even if we do that, you'd still find that our profit has doubled, our profit that we retain in the business, from 34,000 up to 69,000. So those small changes there make a huge difference, and they're all very achievable just by working on a few simple ideas, a few simple strategies. Now, this little diagram up here, this explains how it all works in high-level terms. Effectively, what happens is if you're a standard player in the market, then you'll be charging a standard price, which is based on supply and demand in the market, often known as the equilibrium price. This yellow area here, what that represents is that although that's the price we're charging, that standard price there are people over here who would have paid more if we'd have given them the option to pay more by offering, extra services, extra value, non-standard offerings. And that area there is called consumer surplus, because these people are getting their service or product cheaper than they would actually have been willing to pay for it. So offering advisory services, for example, as an accountant, would enable you to segment your clients base, and it would enable you to charge higher prices to certain selected clients, your A's out of A, B, C, D, for example. You can offer them extra advisory services. You can charge them higher fees, and they'll willingly pay it because they're getting higher value from you. So if you wanted to know how that works, my website is bernardkeevy.com. Have a look there. There's some other instructional videos there, or get in touch on LinkedIn or whatever. And I'll be able to tell you how AVN, who I'm associated with, or, I can maybe discuss this further and give you some ideas. I hope you found that interesting. Thanks very much for watching today.